Perhatian, sang putri merak yang tertiup angin. Aku Pavolia Reine dari holoID. Attention please, I'm ready from holoID Generation 2. Yay! Toot 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 toot. Yay! Yay 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 yay! Final case? Yes. Welcome everybody. Who died it today? I don't know. How are you this evening? I'm good. I just ate a very good dinner, so now I'm a little bit sleepy, but I guess it's okay. And also it's a little bit cold in the room, but I don't know how I feel about turning the AC down, but I guess I could do it. Yeah, why not? Wow, new AC. Not afraid of it malfunctioning in the middle of stream. Yes. Cold day in ID. No, cold day in my room. Not cold day in ID, but cold day in my room. Last one was, oh my god, like, what even happened? Nah, okay, Rafa Papa supposedly died it. Yeah. The old AC always shows Ace Attorney streams to break down. Yeah, I don't know. Cold day in Asia, not gonna happen. In Southeast Asia, it probably won't happen, yeah. New AC always feels so cold. I know, that's how you know it's top quality. That's how it's supposed to feel. Anyways, we're gonna play Ace Attorney. Oof. Yeah, I was like, you know, in the waiting room, you know, when waiting room was like going on, I was just like, oh my god, what happened last week? Right, for father died it. And it turns out, well, he's still a bad guy, but it's so much more than we thought. Like, the game kind of tries to put a red herring for us by kind of saying like, oh my god, like maybe like he's such a one-dimensional villain, like it's so obvious that it's him who's evil, you know, but oh my gosh, turns out there's more happening. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I wonder if we shouldn't get to attach Rafa herself. Well, we don't know, but alright, let me just boot up Apollo Justice. And we're gonna start the game real soon. Whatever the queen wanted with the orb. Yeah. Do you ship Rafa and Apollo? No, Rafa and me. Rafa and me. 100%. Okay. Wait, we'll see. I'm booting up the game real quick. You can care for your kid and still be a terrible person. I know, like a terrible person, good dad, maybe. Wait. Hold on. Okay, yeah, anyways. What was I saying? Some of the contents of the games in this collection. She's 14. Oh yeah, I mean like not in real. I mean I'm like 3 years old. No, 4. No, 5. It makes it immoral because I'm too young, I guess. But anyways, Shoto Mate. Game Ace Attorney Trilogy. Okay. Shame on you, Rafa. You're 5 years already. I know. Happy birthday to me. Well, actually, Rafa's the creep. Hold on. Alright. Hey. Okay, game's here. So the game supports autosave. Yeah. Ace Attorney Trilogy. Let's plug in our controller. Good old music. We are ready. We are so ready for greatness. Hopefully. Ting. Okay. We're gonna load our game. On it. There we go. Oh boy! I don't remember anything. Surely nothing will go wrong. There's gonna be an in-game summary, which, you know, we found after case 5. So I don't need to even, like, recall by myself and, like, use up all of my brain power. Anyways, we're good! I think! Yeah, hopefully. May 19, 8:50 a.m. That's so early. High Court of KHURAIN. Okay, there's a... What? No, there's no case summary. What do you mean there's no case summary? I thought... No, god dang it. So, this is... Where's the case summary go? Where'd the case summary go? What the? Whoa, it's revolution! It's revolution! Yeah, people were like protesting outside, but I guess they were protesting inside too. Same. Alright, it's revolution time. Yeah, really. I guess that's why we never... Because, like, I always thought, like, well, let's not consult the third tab unless we're, like, super desperate for it. But I guess it's not in a trial. But anyways, in summary, Rafa father, supposedly was like, ooh, I kidnapped Maya Fey. And then there was a hostage situation and Dirk was gonna like offer himself for like a trade and something. So like they meet in the tomb of the queen and then ta-da, what the heck? Rafa Papa died and Dirk was found holding the knife. Oh my goodness. And then we investigate the stuff and it turns out, well, some facts really did not line up with, if we think that Dirk's the killer, but we're gonna prove we didn't do it now. And then also Rafa's like, Papa! Yeah, and then we just ransack his room and like we open his safe without consent, but he's dead anyways, whatever. And it turns out, well, he cares about father. Well, he's a terrible person, but he is a good dad. But also Queen's also like evil, like evil. Like we thought like the Queen was nice and the dad was evil, but also it turns out that the Queen's pretty nasty as well. And also plot twist, maybe Queen Amara might be alive. Oh my goodness, what the heck? So yeah, where is Queen Amara now? But I don't know. But yeah. I think that was a pretty good summary. Oh, and Apollo's dad died in the same fire that supposedly burned down Queen Amara house and made her die, supposedly. But she's like not dead, so like, Apollo's dad died for nothing. Anyway, if you want to put it like that. Yeah, it's complete chaos outside. Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. They look about ready to string us up if we lose. The trials here are pretty much like the ones back home, but with one major difference. If you get caught guilty, you die too. Oh, I thought you were gonna say DC Act. Oh well, divination seance, I guess. The victim's final moments will become a matter for deliberation. I've heard about that, but they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in KHURAIN. True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent. Well, I know Dirk is innocent, but... I have one more big secret. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. Dirk, what is that secret you're keeping? I don't know. Hey, AJ! Oh, that's a rebel. Here you go, just like I promised. Oh, it's the Founder's Orb! Hell yeah, let's go. Thanks, Dats. Wait, weren't you arrested by the police yesterday? Yup, and I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, and even a bed. What more could I ask for? Oh, that actually sounds way better than where we're staying. Just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, we'll all probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act, too. Yeah, Nayuta said something to that effect. That which Garan wants to take advantage of today to crush our revolution once and for all. That's the queen. The fate of the revolution and every KHURAINese person rests on this trial. We're counting on ya, AJ. We'll be fine. I'm going to win this one. You'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom. Right. High Court of KHURAIN. Hi! Corte is now in session. All rise. Let the trial of Dirk Sadmadi begin. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty. And now, finally, another trial in KHURAIN. So it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuta. This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul KHURAIN and the assassination of the former queen, Amara Sigatar KHURAIN. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sadmadi? And this is like a super conflict of interest festival with both prosecutor and attorney because they're both like Dirk's son, but yeah. It's always family drama. Prosecutor Sadmadi? Yes, of course. Please proceed. What's with him? How very unlike you, prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day? I don't know. Is it elsewhere this day? Not at all, Your Majesty. Are you sure? Are you really going to be able to go through with this, Nayuda? Wait, give me a second. I'm here. I'm just like... Okay. Be right back very soon. I'm here. I'm here just like... I'm here but like unable to touch the controller. Hold on. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. Ding 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 ding. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Well, Prosecutor Sadmadi, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I've heard mention that you are son to the accused, Dirk Sadmadi. Yeah, you have heard true. Does the fact pose some sort of a problem, Your Majesty? Normally, yes. Normally, yes. A father being prosecuted by his own son? Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings interfere? I don't know. Yes, without question. Can he really handle this? Even if it is Prosecutor Sadmadi going against his own father, is just... How can the son of a criminal even be a prosecutor? Dirk? Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty. Isn't that right, Nayuta? I will not stop until my work here is done. Oh yeah. See? So all you doubters just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity. Dang, okay. Ha 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 ha. The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. Oh, sorry. In any case, if Prosecutor Sadmadi has no issue with this arrangement, then let us commence the deliberations.
Objection!
What? Who's that? Who? Oh, Queen? One moment, if you would. Your Eminence. Your Eminence, what brings you here? What? Oh my god, she's gonna assist or what? Your Majesty. It would appear that Prosecutor Sanmari does indeed have some reservations. Reservations to what restaurant? No, that's not true. Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nayuta Sanmari? One should hold no reservations if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds. Okay. I have none, Your Eminence. No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown Durk Sanmari personally. Huh? What do you mean? But remain by our side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law. What does that mean? Huh? Excuse me, but is the queen gonna prosecute the case? What? Is that, a kosher? There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned queen, we served as a prosecutor. What? Huh? Really? As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. What? The prosecutor in charge of the Queen Amar assassination case 23 years ago, was none other than Her Eminence, Queen Garan Sigatar KHURAIN. Yeah, you nasty, no wonder. First, Your Majesty, and know this. Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? Well, we know the result of that trial. Surely she was happy with it. I heard she served as the Minister of Justice, but she was also a prosecutor. This country is kind of messed up, don't you think? Hold on. Okay. Like, what is going on in this country? What? I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor. Oh, so it's like prosecutor, justice minister, and then just like queen. We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had one guilty verdict in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us. They're gonna like, yeah. Well, no yeah. I'm at a loss for words. To think I would once more bear witness to their eminence at work in the Hall of Justice. Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might. Meanwhile, his defense attorney, criminal death. Gee. Whoa. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell? What? The hell? What the what? The Queen's attack for her prosecutor Dake. What is this? What the? Huh? That's Queen Garan? Talk about an extreme makeover. She looks like she came out straight out of JoJo. It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins. Woe to you, O enemies of KHURAIN, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hog feed. Oh, dang, okay. That's a prosecutor line, alright. Phase 2. It's the phase 2, is it? It is, yeah. I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back to her polite pre-makeover personality. Know this, lawyer. Yes? Now that I stand as prosecutor, consider your defense's bench, headsman, scaffold. What? If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now. What the fuck? Huh? What? Well, you still have head with which to think, that is. Is that serious? Now, it is time for the divination seance. Raifa, come forth. Oh no! god! Pressure. Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. What? Your benevolence? I understand it may be difficult for you, but... may we proceed with the divination seance? Yes, let us proceed. Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? Well, physically and also mentally, I think. If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion. Your benevolence? Oh, what's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here. A lot's happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he's been planning a coup. And today, she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes. Yeah, that'll be enough to shake anyone up. Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday. Yeah, she got scolded by Mama. Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed. We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child after all. Now, if you would excuse us. Discipline? Coming from her, I don't like the sound of that at all. Garan didn't do something to her, did she? Oh, poor baby. Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this deviation from protocol a part of your plan? Prosecutor Sadmati, would you care to explain your actions? Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deem no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case. You and your bleeding hearts. You seek to spare Raifa the trauma of witnessing her father's death. Is that why you have done this? Not at all. You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmati. That's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered. Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence, this case is blessed with a bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believe we could reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance. You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery, but Mom would be like, no, we have to do it! Experiencing the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear. Prosecutor Sanmari, your Majesty, can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance? I can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand. Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home from some much-needed rest? We shall not. You fool, spoil her with your feckless words of compassion. Oh, so evil. Listen well, Raifa. You have spoken time and time again about how grown-up you are now. Yes, but... So, let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should? Yes. That's better. See? Problem solved. Poor Raifa. Is this really a good idea? Guess we'll see. Very well. Let us begin. The divination seance. Nina, my robe. Oh, she's not here. Oh. Looks like Nina's still missing. It's been a while. It's been a whole day already. Bored head. What? You're telling me? You removed my robe. What? Why me? Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin? Great. I've been reduced to royal robe remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Wright to be Nina's replacement. Very well, your benevolence. Please start when you are ready. Come, Rafa. You know what must be done. There is no turning back now. I know. The final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting. Oh my gosh. She's doing it?
O Holy Mother,
Oh.
we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped.
Okay.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me. So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
In the pool of souls. Are the souls dark? Yeah, it's dancing time. Yeah. It's dancing time. She's just adulting, guys. Sometimes we wake up and we want to cry all day, but we just gotta do our job. Ooh. Dancing time. Whee! Oh god, it's seance time. No, Rafa, you don't have to do this. Seance time. Ding ding ding. What? Nothing? No! Oh! Oh no! No! Oh! No, baby! What's wrong? This is unacceptable. Bailiff, take her benevolence to the first aid station at once. This is not good. Oh no! Your Eminence, do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly? It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. Having a panic attack is also part of adulting. Ah, no! And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing. I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year ever. I mean, of course Reifa's going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child. It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony, Your Majesty. Oh yes, let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness if you would. No. Man, this is terrible. What the hell? Hi. Is this not the accused? It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution. That seems uncharacteristically fair of her. However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. What? And their heads will roll from their shoulders. This is insane. What? I should have known there was a catch. Your court, your rules, same as it always was, I see, Goran. Now then, Mr. Durksadmadi, if you could enlighten us as to what happened. Well, I would if I could. This is crazy. I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I've no recollection of what happened in the interim. But I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. It would go against everything I believe in. That didn't explain squat. For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it. Well, that certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sadmadi. Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, Your Majesty. Seriously, Dirk, this is no laughing matter. This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case, only to fail miserably. How low can she go? Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. I don't know if you could hear my shoulder crack earlier. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair. Yes, Your Eminence. Show me the way. Now then, would the defense please begin their cross-examination? Next time, put the mic closer. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. Okay.
Hold it!
You were struck by a sudden dizziness? Was it because of his illness? Is that something that has never happened to you before? Can't say that it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm no spring chicken after all. That's not the issue here. A most cunning excuse, one befitting an insidious insurgent. Oh? A killer who does not recall his crime. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity. You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuses and subterfuge, do you not?
Objection!
What? Don't make me laugh, your malevolence. How dare you? I'm merely stating my innocence. I have no intention of offering excuses. It's your baseless speculation I would decry as foolish. You deceitful witch! Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now in this very hall? Well, that would certainly speed things along.
Hold it!
Dirk, why don't you let me handle it from here? And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay? Anything to stop you from needling the queen. Next time you have an objection, you'd better have some proof to go with it, Dirk. The accused will continue with what he does recall of the crime.
Hold it!
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk? Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing from before I came to. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son? Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you.
Objection!
Oh my god, okay. You called, Your Eminence! She got the tunnel's rings. Does she go anywhere without those goons? Was there a third party in the tomb when you were securing it? No, Your Eminence. We searched high and low, but found no one of the sort. And there you have it. Alright, they did search the place. Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape. Nah, I disagree. That's right, no one got in or out without our knowledge. Her Eminence's on-site directives were absolutely flawless.
Urdi Harap!
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. Ha! What a waste of time. How can it be any more obvious? Dirk must be the killer. Thanks for nothing, gallery guy. As if our graves weren't already deep enough. Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party? Well, based on the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none. Hey, stop! You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk. Let the accused's statement be added to his testimony. Oh, and then we will, objection! Oh, sorry. It's like the more we press, the thinner our case gets. Well, let's keep pressing and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too. The possibility of a third party being there in the tomb is probably non-existent. Hold on. Yeah, this one.
Objection!
Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated. Because I can show you there might have been a third party in that tomb. Oh, how very fascinating. Go on, I do so love a good fairy tale. We did a luminol test at the crime scene, and we found a bloodstain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. The thing is, this bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime. Ooh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong? The bloodstain belongs to the real killer. bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Ing. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb.
Objection!
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This too is a known fact. But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there. Very well then tell me this. Where was this third party hiding? Oh, the crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere no one would dare look. It's a sarcophagus! Somewhere no one would dare look? I know! Let's have your answer, defense. Now where would a third party have hidden the sarcophagus?
Take that!
There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be... inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. Only a killer would defile a grave for real. Like everybody has standards, but not the killer. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. Mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time. This is sacrilege. Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed. But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus. It's true, the guards were so scared of being cursed, they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines. Well, now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture. The defense requests a DNA test of the bloodstain. And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
Such insolence!
Such insolence! Yo! Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders. What's that mean? But the trial's not even over. What? How soon you forget. You are already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment. No! What? Wind? All I did was request a DNA test. There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now. What? Here you are, your eminence! Oh. The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. Now you... She did the DNA test, but she tried to hide it like nobody was there. And the DNA test revealed the blood is of the traitor, Durkstad Money. No! That's No. That's rigged. That's rigged. No, that's not true. Fake. What? But Dirk wasn't injured, so where did this blood come from? Maybe he coughed it up. Oh, his secret illness! Dirk's illness! Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? Well, maybe. You know when you're like so sick you start vomiting like so much, you know, like a projectile. Maybe it's like that, but blood. And did he wipe it up to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad? But who wiped it up then? Well, maybe him. Because he wanted to hide the illness. Aw, shoot, you got me. No. Pay attention, horned devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer. No! Oh, I take that back. Yeah, about that. Did you or did you not make that claim? Of your own volition, defense? Yes, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is. I fell right into her trap. Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiments of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime? It's beyond the realm of possibility. No! Praise be for Queen Garon! Well, she's a good prosecutor, though. I'll give her that. Dang. Her Revenant's legal tactics are beyond compare. Okay. I hate to say this, but she really got us good. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Ow! That's important. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Okay, if you say so. Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place, though? What if the real killer's still in there? Oh my god, like right now as we speak? No, that's just ridiculous. I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sadmati, the one who proclaimed the bloodless revolt, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder. No, fudge off, bro. It can't be. Dirk would never. There must be some kind of mistake. Yes, the mistake is the prosecutor. Defiant dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have doubts. So this is why Garon allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, which has effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him. True, but now we have an even bigger problem. And now, filthy lawyers, you'll honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions. The fudge. Ooh. Whoa! Huh? Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal, Dirk Sadmati. What's this? You shall pass judgment? But your Eminence, is that not my role? Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed. What? As Queen of KHURAIN, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused. Yo, wait, she kind of bad though.
Objection!
Wait! You didn't even give me a chance to rebut! Knowing you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I'm willing to show you the depths of my compassion. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me. Quick, Apollo! Even if you have to bluff, we've got to keep this trial going. Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party. How am I supposed to do that? What did you start with? How about the timing of Inga's murder? What? This whole case is built on a single premise. Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if it was before? Like, if our assumptions are all wrong? It just might work. Inga died. Was there like... Approximately 3 p.m. But what if Inga was murdered at 11 and then he was stored in a sarcophagus and then he was dikeluarin lagi? He was, I don't know. Well, don't keep us waiting, defense. Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there's another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Dirk entered the tomb? What nonsense is this? Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene. So it must be like... It must have happened after Maya got unconscious. But, well, setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. The question for us is, when was Minister Inga really killed? After the body was found. Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead? That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means... you wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime. I see. Well, that certainly does make sense. So far, so good. This might actually work. It's Bluffing City. Very well. What? I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction. Yes! Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff? No! Summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now. But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? No. I hope you are feeling better, Your Benevolence. Must I perform the divination seance? What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time. How could my testimony be of any value? Your Benevolence? Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed. After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't pass out again. Prosecutor Sanmari, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? Oh, no! And about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother. And only yesterday. Raifa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. Be that as it may, Your Benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today. So there is no need to let it trouble you. I know. Garan told Raifa about something other than Amara's status? Sounds like it, but what could it be? Raifa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Yes, I am ready to testify. Very well then, Your Benevolence, your testimony, if you please. My goodness. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Tup, 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 tup. Then, at about 2:45, I saw Barbed Head and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30. Your second-floor veranda? There. Oh, she must be talking about that house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father. And at about 2:30? Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence. So after the minister entered Amara's tomb at around 2:30? No one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered. The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. Well, actually, about that rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband. Or so she'd like us to believe. Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Seize this charade and bow before me. For I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head! Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness.
Hold it!
You say you'd been watching the courtyard until we arrived, correct? That seems like an awfully long time. There is much that weighs on my mind. I see. She really does sound troubled. I don't think she ever fully recovered from the previous trial. Your Benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm even up to the task. Aww, poor baby. I guess it's not easy being a princess. Your Benevolence? I'd be happy to lend an ear if you'd ever like to talk. What would you know of my woes? Do not presume to exceed your station in life. Sheesh, teenagers. Your Benevolence, what did you witness in your veranda? Well, around 2:30 p.m. I saw my father.
Hold it!
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way? Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing. There was? Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. When? After which, I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color. Oh, okay, what did he see? He screamed and he was looking pale? What do you suppose happened? Someone channeled something. Perhaps he had a bad dream. Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over by the over the coals by the queen. I mean, he's so pale. It's as if like he saw a ghost or something. It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm. Sorry, that was rude of me. Does the defense believe the witness's last statement to be important? Or saw his own death is coming? Maybe. Could be. Something scared him that he had to like just go outside. I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony. My father let out a scream and came dashing out of his room, his face pale.
Hold
it! Why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out? I didn't see anyone else, just my father. That last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her on this? Press softly. Your benevolence. Yes? This incident was a real shock to us all. It must have been really terrible for you, but I want to let you know I know how you feel. Please stop. You presume too much. It's times like these that you need something to take your mind off things. How about we all go on a picnic together or something? I need no sympathy from you. Go on your little picnic alone, hornhead. Well, that didn't go well. Apollo, you have to take a more aggressive approach with people like her. Yeah, he's probably right. Now, back to my testimony. I mean, she's...
Hold it!
Okay. Press harder! Press harshly! Rifle, cut the bullshit! Just kidding. Your benevolence. Let's have some details. The more the better. Details, you say? Yes, for example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or a no? Foreign devil! I've been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then. I think you've struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one. Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Please add that to your testimony, your benevolence. I had been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2, but father was the only one. Well, what about 159?
Hold it!
What about 159, Rifa? Huh? Is the royal residence always so empty? Naturally, it is where the royal family lives, and we are few in number. Besides Naina and the little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to. Aww. Is there anything more stereotypically princessy than talking to birds? So Naina wasn't around at all yesterday. It seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately. Rifa doesn't go to school, so she probably doesn't have any close friends. Aww. Yeah, I can imagine. She must lead a rather solitary life. I guess being a princess isn't all that's cracked up to be. Rifa, I shall buy you a new servant. I don't want you to buy me a servant like some sort of pet. I want Naina. I'm beginning to see why Rifa turned out like she did. What the hell? Your benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father. Well, it was around 2:30 when I saw him heading for the tomb.
Objection!
Your benevolence. You're covering for someone, aren't you? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Waifa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2 p.m., his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when little fella stole this hat from someone. Huh? That's Nina's! I mean, nothing. Never mind. Yeah, we've never seen Nina without a hat. What does she look like without the hat? You fool of a daughter. It seems the princess made a blunder. So let me get this straight. This is Nina's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2. If so, then you had to have seen Nina sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday. Yeah? Oh no! Please, your benevolence, tell us what you really saw. It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nina. And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence. I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Because my mother told me not to. What? Would you care to explain, Your Eminence? I request that you withhold said information, for it is of no relevance to this case.
Objection!
You don't get to decide.
Insolence!
Oh. If you disagree, then prove that it's relevant to this case at hand. Oh, I will. Your benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nina. Alright. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nina, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down into the courtyard. Wait, that means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard. Yes, but only for a moment. This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. Zame. Ah! Your benevolence. Are you sure no one else was there? Oh, yes. She's hiding something again. What about Nina? Were you able to help her? When I got down to the courtyard, Nina was gone. She was gone. Gone? Yes, and I never saw her again after that. Eaten by the dog. Any idea what happened? That's that dingbat dog must have gobbled her up. I seriously doubt that. But how could Nina simply disappear when Rifa wasn't looking? Rifa must know something. The only question is what? Where Nina disappeared to, maybe. I don't know! Do you have any idea where Nina disappeared to? What do you mean? Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nina disappeared right at that moment. No! Wait, you think Nina had something to do with the murder? I mean, I've been thinking. I don't think we can rule it out. Sounds like something had kept Nina occupied since the early morning. Murder! Just kidding. Plus, she was seen right before the murder and then seen to vanish into thin air. You're right! And since she's Raifa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds. Could Raifa's attendant really be the killer? I don't know. But that would mean... First my father, and now Nina? When is it my mother's turn? Just kidding. These were the people I trusted most. Oh yeah, no mother, yeah? How could this be?
Objection!
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim that a third party is to blame for a crime. Nina did not enter the tomb. That much is certain. How can you be so sure? Whoa, what's wrong with today? When Nina's hat was stolen, the crazed cur spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Yeah, I guess that's talking about the dog, right? Is that not right, Raifa? Yes it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nina's hat, it tipped over the urn. So that's what happened. The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. If she had truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints all along the way. Okay. But the only shoe prints to be found belonged to my husband, Inga. Okay. I see. Huh? Then... That's right, Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Yeah, I saw it. Shoe prints that belonged to Nina. That's right. Edgeworth and I did see some shoe prints in there. Now, do you understand? Nina could not possibly have gone into the tomb. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination. Another glorious deduction! Oh, hail the genius that is her eminence, Queen Garon! Bow down before her glory, witless lawyer! Udi Hara Garon! Could those guys fanboy any harder? But is it really true? Did Nina not go into the tomb? Excuse me, but... Mr. Wright? Your benevolence, what time was it when that dog attacked Nina? I believe it was about 2:15 p.m. I see. Apollo, if Nina entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out at around 2:30, that means they must have met. Pale-faced and screaming, then... I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream. Would the defense please share their theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream? Certainly, Your Majesty. They were playing a horror game together. Minister Inga screamed because he was attacked by Nina, I think. Maybe he was attacked by Nina. This would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime.
Objection!
Does your idiocy know no bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb. Or are you suggesting that the body was moved? Do I think the minister was moved from his private quarters? I think the possibility... I mean, he was running. I'd say there's no way that the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. The body was moved by himself. I understand if the scream was in reaction to Naina's attack, but Inga died in the tomb. We need to explain how those two realities could coincide. Well, maybe the attack was like... I don't know. Like, maybe, like, two can happen. Like, why not? How are we supposed to do that? Oh, maybe... Maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations. Yeah, because he has the back pain, right? He has the back pain medicine. So, like, he's numb. He's numb at the back. Even if he was stabbed with the back, he probably can't feel it anyway. What you mean? It's just... Let's look at this as simply as possible. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Naina in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb. But the blood on the sarcophagus, though. I see. On the one hand, that seems plausible, but on the other, it seems decidedly implausible. There was like a blood on like the curtains of the sarcophagus, so I don't know how that got there. Prosecutor Sanmari. What is that fool babbling on about now? Dirk scoffed. No, not the one on the floor. The one that was behind Inga. Prosecutor, what is this fool babbling on about now? Is this a riddle from one of those fortune cookies the Americans seem so fond of? Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. Yeah, so like behind this. So look at the top. The curtain. There's like blood on the curtain dripping down to there. Oh, was it when the stab wound was like... Was it when the knife was taken out? Could be possible. Maybe he was stabbed and then he ran to the tomb, and then when they were in the tomb, you know? Because like, honestly, if you have the knife stabbed, then the blood is like stuck, right? But if you take it out, then the blood will like, you know? But I don't know. Well, we'll see. It's still too early. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore him.
Objection!
I wasn't finished yet. If he was stabbed twice, there would be 2 stab wounds. Unless it was like a perfectly shaped one. I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would ya? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous. So, he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed. Oh my, are you? Are you suggesting he ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back? Yes. Well, yes, that's the gist of it. In short, Minister Inga saw Naina with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to her to flee... Right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, your majesty, does my theory hold water?
Such insolence!
Zane, how dare you bore me like this? Huh? You are a humorless moron, spewing an endless stream of unamusing drivel. I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence. Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing. Your Eminence! Ha! Ow. Nayuta? You dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Oh my god, again. Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice you had been stabbed in the back. But a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain. Well... Now, hold on! Allow me to teach you the meaning of pain! Oh no! Please stop! Did he get painkiller shot? Yes, he did. That's why he didn't feel the pain. Nayuta has a point. Normally, most people would notice a dagger in their back. Well, that's most people. Ow, yeah. I doubt someone could ignore a pain like this. Still, in this case, it's the word normally that we should emphasize. Polo, take another look at the court record. Right, there must be something that explains this. Okay. My back kinda hurts. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain. The defense will submit evidence proving just that. Very well, please present your evidence. Why didn't Justice Minister Inga notice that he had been stabbed? Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water actually. Give me a sec.
Take that!
Huh? Those are my father's painkiller shots. The defense will explain the significance of the evidence. Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence. You can't mean... Minister Inga was stabbed in his back, close to where he usually injected the painkiller. Therefore, it's entirely possible that he hadn't noticed that he'd been stabbed. What? What's this? Then, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran off with a knife protruding from his back? Yes. I am, Your Majesty. So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him? I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well. Yes, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep, you didn't notice it under the cape. I see. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. On the way to dying, murdered by Nina in his private quarters. Konka! Holy Mother of KHURAIN, are we dealing with a living dead here? Well, technically, he wasn't dead yet. I know it's hard to believe, but this is a plausible sequence of events. And once Minister Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have had removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss. Nina killed my father? There must be some mistake. The defense would like to call Nina to the stand.
Objection!
You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever? Well, there's no real proof, but... What a tangled web of expedient lies you weave. I can no longer tell fact from fiction. Or what shall I believe in now? I'm sorry, Raifa. All I've done is confuse you. I have a sneaking suspicion Nina's involved in this case one way or another. I don't know. I just have a hunch that it would be like a funny reaction image to use with my friends. But I have a sneaking suspicion Naina's involved in this case one way or another. Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open. Well, there's no turning back now. Yeah, Raifa, reality is sometimes weirder than fiction, stranger than fiction. It wasn't like a reference or a meme or anything. I just thought it would be like a funny thing to drop as a reaction image. You fool of a lawyer. I know why you are so desperate to prove the accused innocent. You do? Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty, and you all die. As shall you, under the stipulations of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives. No. The simple fact is I've always believed that Dirk is innocent. Pah! Still you cling to your pretense. Very well, I shall offer you a bargain. If you would admit that the accused is guilty, right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting him, and you will not be subject to execution. Huh? No! Ew! Is this some sort of joke? Far from it. As queen, I have the power to grant pardons, even to criminals like you. And with a wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Dirk, should you be willing to cooperate? She wasn't kidding. She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in our faces, like that's just wrong. Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer? If I don't take this deal, he'll be executed along with Dirk if he's found guilty. That's if. What should I do? Continue the defense, duh. Nice try, Goron. But it looks like you don't know what justice is made of. You won't kowtow to threats like that, Your Eminence. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so... Don't worry, I'm with you, Apollo. To the bitter end, if need be. And while I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo. Yeah, you're a pro now, Phoenix. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Albie dropped his accent? No, it's like a flashback and he remembered it wrong. He didn't, like, remember it perfectly. So keep on fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objections from me. You nincompoops! You'll die if you lose this case! Why would you even entertain the notion of continuing? I believe that Dirk is innocent. That's why. And besides, trials exist to give the truth a chance to get out into the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment. Yeah, he remembered it in his voice, exactly. Even if that punishment is death. How does that not frighten you, Hornhead? Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that. You also have a duty, Princess. A duty you're willing to die for? And yet, Duty. It's a heavy burden, alright. Rifle looks like she's really struggling. This again. You're destined to rule this kingdom one day. This means there is things like how to keep your people happy and what is true and what is false. Most importantly, what role you must play therein. Yes. There's flashback again. I wonder if I'm even up to the task. Damn, again. But it's no surprise, considering the torrent of painful truths she's had to face. We need the Maya minimum screen time. Very well then. If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, then I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt. Yeah, I mean, not yet. It's our job to make it clear, you know? Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspecto. Do we have anything like that? Well, lawyer, do you have any new evidence you would care to present? Hold on. Huh? What? We haven't used this evidence yet. Or shall I have the executioner start? Oh, yes, we have evidence. Oh, yes. Yes, we have evidence. Oh, okay. First, have some serious thinking to do. I'd say that new evidence indicating a different suspect. I have to say it exists! Do you now? Oh my god! Oh no! No, I can't let her get to me. I just have to keep pressing forward. There is justice! Oh no, bro! She's gonna kill us! Oh shit. Yes! It's you! You have claimed this evidence proves the existence of a different suspect. Yes! Yes! That wasn't the reaction I was expecting. Are you saying this piece of evidence doesn't do anything for you? It appeared to me that she chose that evidence at random. No! It's because I want to incriminate you. That was... Don't get it wrong. I didn't choose it at random. I chose it because I wanted to incriminate you. In the vain hope you would learn something from my reaction. Is that not correct? Your Majesty? It was very purposeful. Yeah, well, we tried, guys. Sorry! Time to rethink that one. I'd say the news... Okay, fine. It does not exist. We're gonna die, I guess. But we can go with like another line of reasoning. I was hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head. But I didn't walk headfirst into that one then. Yeah, totally we didn't. So what now, Apollo? Well, unless we can prove that Naina killed Inga, this trial is over, and so are we. Isn't there still a way to get the proof we need? Even without evidence? Yeah, I just bluffed the crap out of this trial. A key means of obtaining testimony here in KHURAIN. Are we gonna, like, channel? Huh? Wait, are you actually suggesting... It certainly won't be easy, but it's worth a try. Your Majesty? A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind the case has yet to be taken in this trial. Oh, like the seance? Come on, Raifa, do your duty! But I'm positive that I can back up our claim with this one step. Come on, Raifa! You mean you will be able to prove that Naina killed Justice Minister Inga? Just how do you propose to do that? Yeah, I think, you know, let's make Garan do it. If you can, with the help of a certain someone. You need help? From someone? Well, I can't imagine who it could be. But I suppose I must ask. Whose help do you need to uncover the truth? Raifa! Raifa, come in clutch, please.
Take that!
But that is... Me? As long as we ask nicely, guys. Here in KHURAIN, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments. You know? Because, like, I think, like, in the beginning, you know, Raifa's acting as if, like, we're disrespecting the seance. Like, we think the seance bullshit. But it's just, like, that's not it, you know? The seance is just, like, another way of, like, getting evidence. Like, testimony. And then, I guess in this case, we're like, Raifa, we need you for the seance. But that requires your benevolence's help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence. If you're right about this, Raifa's power should enable her to see the very moment Naina stabbed Inga. Really? It will be hard to watch your father's murder. But I'm here with you. Raifa will be like, I don't care. But it's the only way to uncover the truth. Your benevolence. We need you and your power. You need me? Your power.
Objection!
Wretched simpleton. Did you not see what ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time. Or is it your goal to make her collapse again? Hey!
Objection!
You can save another dad. The princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now. Am I prepared? Prepared to fulfill my duty? Isn't a divination seance required at all trials anyway? If so, I imagine there would be a problem with handing down a verdict without one. Exactly, Phoenix! Okay. Indeed, it would be problematic. Under KHURAINese law, a seance must be conducted before a verdict can be rendered.
Such insolence!
What? Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall. As ruling sovereign of KHURAIN, I proclaim the following. Oh my god, she's editing it on the spot. Henceforth, the divination seance shall be optional. Updated country laws! What? She has the power to do that? She just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand. Mother, I did not wish for the trial to end like this. It is as the defense said. I must not neglect my duty simply because I am afraid. I shall go through with it this time. I will conduct the seance once more.
Such insolence!
Raifa, do not be fooled by his lawyerly guile. You are not prepared to witness your father's death. But Hornhead needs my help. Raifa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? But despite your grandiose posturing, you collapse in the most piteous fashion. Even worse, you have erred in your insights of late. I'm sorry. For has not the barbed one there overturned them more than once? Oh. You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So, I say to you, begone! The sacred hall of justice has no need for such a worthless royal priestess. What the fudge? Worthless? Wow, how can she say that to her own daughter? So, Mother, You think me worthless?
Objection!
Her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? So I don't see why you have to condemn her before she's even made the attempt. Very well, Horned Devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give you my consent. Huh? Really? However, should Rifa fail once more, insta-guilty. You two and the accused shall all be executed on the spot. Oh my god, Rifa, come in clutch! Come again? This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated. Well, lawyer, what say you? Will you wager your life and call on Rifa to perform a divination seance? Call on Rifa, come on, I trust you. Sudden death! I don't think you're worthless, your benevolence. Far from it, in fact. If you say you can do it, then I believe in you. Hornhead? I do not understand. If I fail, you will be put to death. I know you collapsed during your previous attempt. Oh, the animation is so sad. Can't even imagine how terrible it must have been for you. But despite that, you are willing to try again. Have faith in that conviction and that courage. My courage? Ah. So she was doomed to fail if she didn't have the courage to perform the seance. But it looks like she's got the determination to try again. Right. That's a bet I'm willing to take. But it is as Mother said. I've erred in my insights as of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say that you believe in me?
Objection!
I wouldn't take stock in those words, your benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you've made any errors at all. Huh? In the trials I've been a part of here in KHURAIN, I would have never proven my client's innocence without your seances. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insight they provided served as vital leads to finding the truth. Vital leads? My seances? So please, your benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time.
Objection!
Rifa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill-prepared to face your father's death. Go, leave the sacred hall at once. No. What did you say? I said no, Mother! Aw, for I am the royal priestess of KHURAIN! Aw, I have no need for you now. Even if you do not need me, Mother. Hornhead in this Hall of Justice too! He proved that to me by risking his own life. It is because of him that I now understand. The divination seance is my sacred duty. I must fulfill it, no matter the risk. Your benevolence. Mother taught me that the divination seance was a mere reflecting naught but the truth. But I began to have my doubts after Bard had disproved the insights it offered. Of course, it's the mother who put that in her brain. And now, I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, even Naina. I had believed in them above all others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. The royal priestess must debate each seance with the presiding lawyer and prosecutor. So that it can be interpreted properly. That is how I believe trials here in KHURAIN should function. Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trials towards the truth. That is my sacred duty, and I will never shirk from it again. That right there, Your Benevolence, is the product of what you've learned in your struggle so far. The truth that you realize with your own strength. As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through. Your Eminence, the royal priestess says she will conduct the divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it. Unless, of course, you are worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient. Mother! I am done letting you have your way. Raifa? You would actually rebel against me? Your mother and queen? She can live in California. Though I am scared to see my father's death. I must face my fear. That is what Hornhead has taught me here today. Raifa.
I am the royal priestess Raifa Padma KHURAIN. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Ooh. Zame, okay. Your Eminence, it seems the princess is more grown up than you thought. Raifa. Well then, let us proceed with the divination seance. Let's go. The victim's final moments. This should be interesting. I wonder what Inga's memories are gonna show us. Take two.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oof. Dancing again. Take two. Yee. Okay. Yes. Come on. It's time. Ooh, yes. Come on, let's go. It's time to watch the Ghost Channel. Yay! Oh, wait, this is the tomb. Footsteps, insects. Man's voice. Whose voice is it? Talking, just talking. Oh! What's the explosion? What does that mean? No, okay, listen. The face is the least of my concern. But what's that explosion? Laughter? What's the... Supposed to imply gunshot. So that's how the prosopagnosia look like. I guess so, yeah. What the what? A faceless being? What the heck? His face is just like that picture of the founder. I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see. Oh, Father. What was it? What was it you saw? Are we to understand that this was the last thing the victim saw? Yes, there can be no mistake. That was what my father himself witnessed. How very strange. You don't suppose the Holy Mother possessed the accused that slew Minister Inga for planning a coup? The divine wrath of the Holy Mother? Oh, Holy Mother, we are ever grateful for your blessings. Talk about a sharp left turn into the Twilight Zone. You know, there's one thing in there that caught my attention. Which one? That laugh. Who does it belong to? And why are they laughing? Who knows? Though I suppose it could be Dirk after he slew my husband. But that figure didn't even have a mouth. Ho ho ho. I think we're done here. No. How so? You claimed that Minister Ingo was stabbed in his private quarters. Yeah, we actually did. And feeling no pain, went to that tomb where he eventually fell dead. But the seance vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and he felt great pain, no less. I don't think the painkillers wore off. I mean, something of that dose, though? I'm just still like saying, like maybe he was unstabbed and then the blood moncrot, but he still felt pain. So how? You know, but we'll see. Yeah, like a medicine that's like administered straight to the back like that, like with an injection, it shouldn't be that like short lasting. It should like last like the whole day or whatever. Maybe the pain was somewhere else? Because he only injected it in his back. Therefore, as I asserted it all along, Like, we can see anything as the pain started, you know? Therefore, as I asserted all along, maybe it's gastric pain because too much wine. It was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb. Ugh, everything just backfired. Big time. Wow, Garan has the devil's own luck, doesn't she? Now then, I shall give voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. Insight! Yay! At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. This is like so fun, you know? Like you see something and you just like dub it. Like, oh, once upon a time. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. But he doesn't care. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back. No, he was looking at the Holy Mother first and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh. Man's voice. Man's voice. So maybe it's the sound of a guy he knew. He was like there, but he didn't look because he let his guard down. And then he was stabbed in the back, and Dirk imposter came in front, so it would be fitnah seance, you know? So it would incriminate Dirk, but he was actually standing there to frame Dirk because he knows that the seance will be used. What now, Mr. Wright? It's up to us to knock holes in Raifa's interpretations of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding of them could be mistaken. Okay, I'll give it a try. My initial curigation, galing nga jadi. Let's see. His own footsteps? Or it could be his own voice. Damn, Holy Mother looking fine. Yeah, for real. She has no face though. Yeah, I mean nobody has face. Ow! And then someone's footsteps. And then, oh, damn, it's you. But there was no bullet hole in near there. The bullet was I don't know. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of a Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he had heard Dirk's voice. If we heard Dirk's voice, then he wouldn't be. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh. But he missed. Suddenly heard Dirk's voice. He was stabbed in the back. For a sour in the grape juice, should it be sweet? I don't know. I think grape juice can be sour. What select? Contradictory sensation. Oh, dang. I don't know. I don't know. Wow. Grapes, incense, sour. Man's voice. Yeah, he didn't even turn around. I don't know which one to pinpoint. Is he supposed to look like this? Should I just like contradictory sensation? Hold on, let me see. Can I? Oh, okay, it's sight. Sight, taste. Okay. Yeah. So, wait, cause it's right? I think the eye patch is right. You guys are saying it's opposite, but should it be right? Shouldn't it be right? Fast forward. See? It's correct. I didn't think anybody... I didn't think it was wrong. What I'm concerned about is that it's Dirk's voice, but he didn't... say anything. But like, what should I point at that? You know? Because he was like waiting. That means as soon as he heard Dirk's voice... Oh, sorry. See. He heard Dirk's voice. Maybe this?
Objection!
Let's try. Because, like, he didn't even try turning around. If he was waiting for Dirk for the hostage negotiation thing, because, like, that was what they agreed upon, you know? He would have been like, oh, you're here, you know? Your benevolence, there seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation. An inconsistency? Where? Minister Inga is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. Yeah. That's what we've been talking about. When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's. Does everyone else see faces? Yes. So we know this already. But Inga, Inga has a condition, which like, I don't know, which other people don't know, but he has a condition, in which he can't recognize faces. So, he keeps a note in his like quarters where it says like, Nina is hat, purple robe, so and so. Barbed head is the one with the blues, with the red tie, so and so. You know, yeah. So he has face blindness. He can't recognize people's faces. Wait, hold on. Actually, I kind of want to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Yeah. He had a condition. Well, I guess he's dead. Be right back. My cat is outside. She is meowing. She meowed at me as I came back. Okay. Okay. We're ready? Hold on. MC with you in the toilet. Yeah, sometimes my cat is obsessed with me. Because when I go to the bathroom, she always like, she comes in like, just like running as if like, oh, I don't want to miss it, Does your cats do that to you too? Hold on. I need to do something. Bentar ya, wait. Okay. He didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder. Ah! That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive with the founder's orb. When he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind? Ugh! Then whose voice was it? It was likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Like the guards? Someone like a friend.
Objection!
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Then what? Therefore, the voice could only have belonged to Dirk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Apollo, do we have something that could reveal the owner of the mystery voice? I think we do. Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dirk. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. I was listening to a true crime podcast. We can do it with. We can do it with. What? Oh, the photo. Oh, here maybe tomb crime photo. I think because we don't really have the actual phone in our possession, yeah. So it's definitely this.
Take that!
That's my father's. I know this must be hard for you, but could you please look at this photo? There's something here that can point us towards the identity of the voice. The identity or the... Oh, well, I guess we can check the call logs.
Take that!
A cell phone? Right, I believe that the voice the minister heard was of a call on his cell phone. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view on the matter? I concede the possibility. And it seems I must refine my vision. Yay! Phone! Oh, subordinate. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them, then? My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Your benevolence, I believe you have an insight to revise. I know, Barbhead. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. Yay! Revised! Okay. Okay. So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. But there might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Let's take another look at Wright's insights and really focus on the various sensations. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. incense, grapes, sour. Yum. Drinking while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. Yes. Yame. And then he took a call. What the hell is a... What the lions roar, dogs bark... What? So the call was coming from outside. Oh, no. Lions roar? What's a lion's roar? It's a warbird, probably. It's a photo from... It's a call from the market. Okay. What the hell is this? Do we do this? Took a call?
Objection!
I hate to break it to you, Your Benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again. What do you mean? Again? Smooth move, Apollo. I think he just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on. Let me rephrase that, Your Benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call and to his subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with his final memory. What do you mean by that? A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claimed the call was with someone at the palace. Well, let me ask you. Do you keep lions there? No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog. Cute. Wait, a giant one in front of the minister's house is her pet? Besides, there aren't any lions in KHURAIN. The cute frog. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. The lion's roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in the bazaar. The jungle. Isn't that the cry of the war god over at the bazaar? Uh-huh. Your Benevolence, do you think you can clarify the voice for me? Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. So, like, I think, like, the way Seance does is, like, it's, like, first, but then if she focuses on one thing, she can, like, you know, concentrate on it and maybe, like, refine it. But, because there's so many sensations, you gotta, like, tell her which one to focus on. What's this? The laugh and the explosion was... What if it was like that's firecrackers and that's laughing? Was the call of a warbird. That means the subordinate Minister Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace. But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have? She's right. Is it important to know where the call... Yes, it is very important. I bet that's in it. I bet the explosion was like the, you know, the firecracker, and then he like disappears and stuff. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. But I can't think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area. Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Tell Rafa the real source of that sound. Will do. Well, Hornhead? I'm waiting. What was the true source of that explosive sound? There we go. Shadow was surprised by the firecrackers. Here.
Take that!
What is that? It's Abior Guide's statement. In it, he claims that That's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar. Then... Yes, the sound heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding, so that was 2 p.m. So Dad died at 2 p.m. And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do we explain that? Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none. Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could that laugh at the end have been... Yep. No, it can't be. Oh, it can, and it is. The laugh came from none other than... the Joker who got a kick out of startling Ollie with his dragon snot snaps. It's him again. That happy-go-lucky That's a rebel. What? Someone should really put a leash on that guy. Dang, but then... Remember Raifa's testimony? I shudder to think how one man can be the cause of so much trouble. Hey there, AJ Pee-wee. Y'all can thank me later. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. Rebel. Your benevolence, do you need to revise your insights? It would appear so. Well, this changes everything. Then who went out of Inga's quarters? Did Naina... This is wild, but I was like, did Naina channel Inga? This changes everything. Let's go over the details of Raifa's insights again. I don't know. Okay. Marna can channeling. It's a suspicion. It's a certain suspicion of mine. Like, I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency. Or at least if it's like not Naina, then it was like a channeled Inga. Oh, sorry, what? Sorry. Any evidence that she can? Of course not. We don't talk about evidence during Ace Attorney. It's bluffing until there's actual evidence. Oh wait, yeah. This. We need to... Oh. And then maybe... Oh, what? Maybe like this again? Warbud's cry was... Or fire... No, the firecracker. No, the firecracker. Back.
Objection!
Salah anjing, salah pencet goblok. my god, I pressed the wrong thing! Well, it's kind of hard to say, especially when you put me on the spot like this. Yeah. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong thing. Cut me some slack, stupid. Lama anjir, habis tunggu. Okay. Because you know, select is like triangle. Select is like triangle and present is triangle. My brain just like...
Objection!
I don't know. So I was like, press and wait, I need to cancel, but then somehow my muscle memory thought triangle. Your benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight. There is? You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m. which is right around the time my clients arrived on the scene. However, now that we know that what the source of the loud bang is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence. I suppose I have to ask the obvious here. What evidence conflicts with the claim that the murder occurred at 3 p.m.? This again.
Take that!
I'll be your guide statement. Again? Yes, because to summarize what he said. At around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard. Around 2 p.m.? That's right, 2 p.m. Not 3 p.m. Ah! Are you suggesting? I think you know where I'm going with this. That slap, the cry of the warbod, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Albie's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp on all these sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought. So that's how they manipulated the time. It means the murder took place a full hour before Dirk entered the tomb. Polkunka! But the rifle witness is 2:15. Exactly. So that must mean that whoever went outside wasn't really the living Inga, which is why I was like saying, like maybe somebody channeled Inga or something. And that Dirk, because we all know that he can't see faces. I have a strong belief that it's actually somebody disguised as Dirk. To fool him, I mean not really fool him, I guess, because he's dead anyways. To fool the divination seance. How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, says who, have been mistaken? Ow! Nails! Now you see why justice will always prevail. Peace, peace, I say. Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. Oh yeah? What about the face? How do you explain that? It has to be someone from the inside who knows about his propasmophobia. I wouldn't say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face. Ah, you were absolutely right. Without the face, we can't be certain of who it was. Furthermore, need I remind you that if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright, so it has to be an imposter. Which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him. That also means murderer must have knowledge of divination, seance, Inga disorder, and spirit channeling. Exactly. If somebody is from KHURAIN, they would definitely know of the divination seance, but the thing is, they must know about the Inga's disorder, so that means it has to be like someone close to the palace. So it can't be like some rando. What are we to make of this 1 hour difference? Wait, 2 o'clock? That's when... And someone else who can channel. That's when my mother was performing the rite of channeling. The palace guards had all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rites. Ah, that means... Don't tell me. The royal residence. It would have been virtually unguarded. Which means the real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Amara's tomb. Defense, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accused? That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty.
Objection!
Preposterous! Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. Is that the face did not appear this time as a mere happenstance. Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been as clear as day. Got a point there. No. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. The question is, why? Apollo? Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold, because he knows. Because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision. What? It's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes and stand square in front of Inga, precisely because they knew they could get away with it. But how could anyone be so sure of something like that? Because he knows the condition. A long time ago, I heard of the cognitive disorder that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Oh yeah, he does. Then are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes, we can normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case, we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appear to him in life. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga has such a disorder. They could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dirk. But if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Yup. Really? Well, defense, do you have anything to show to this court? I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look the evidence over again. What explains why the face of Minister Inga's killer is absent in his...
Take that!
A notepad? Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room. And it holds the answer we're looking for. Apollo is a bit slow today. Well, okay, well, he's got a lot of people's lives at stake, okay? As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics. And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How? The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him. What's this? I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being. And why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics. Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to recognize even me. Your Eminence, you knew that your husband has such a disorder, didn't you? Are you eating mint gum? No, I was drinking water. He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there's no use in keeping quiet about it now. It is as you say. Now I remember when Wright talked to Inga during case 3, the latter took a moment to recognize Wright. Oh, was Wright like wearing something different? I forgot about that actually. That's a good detail. My late husband has a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. Hold on. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia. Oh, Inga only met him once before by that point. Ah, maybe because like he didn't really like write it down. Yeah. So Mr. Wright was right. The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There's precedent. How do you pronounce that? So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right, so there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance. Precedent. And aware of Inga's affliction. Precedent. Which one? Different answers. Your Eminence. Who knew about your husband's condition? A small number of servants attended to his needs. And me. Surely you are not about to insinuate that I committed this crime. Oh no, Your Eminence. Still, could she have done it? Goron has an alibi, remember? Oh, right. She was doing the spirit channeling, rite of channeling at 2 p.m. In that case, Your Eminence, does Naina know about Minister Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She's our head servant. So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition. And as the princess's personal attendant, she is familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect. Oh, okay, familiar with the seance as in like what appears in the seance. Yeah, actually, the normal people don't really know that. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would. Hold on. Wait. I don't know what could.
Objection!
You witless lawyer, how quick you are to forget the facts. You mean Naina can channeling even though she's in a royal family? Well, we don't know that she is a royal family. Is she really not the royal family? Just a thought. You witless lawyer, how quick you are to forget the facts. Facts like... When Inga was last seen alive, you claim he was slain at 2. Yet that is impossible. For Raifa saw him at 2:30. There was like a mystery of someone who was supposed to be no longer in this world, but then that was disproven. But the question is, where's that person now? So I'm just like I've been thinking about it. We did completely forget about that. No, there must be some mistake. What? So you see, the murder could only have happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dirk entered the tomb. There is no other answer to this puzzle. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Garam makes up laws? Isn't it also more of a training thing if the face can do it? It's not really a training thing. Like, the people from the face are like a branch of, like, they're like a... like saudara jauh gitu loh. Like, they can do channeling because they have the power, but then like if they're from like a faraway village, then why would they know of the seance? It has to be someone KHURAINese. Like in KHURAIN, it's only the royals that can do it. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Garan makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. Where do we go wrong? I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Yeah. Everything except for Inga's sighting at 2:30. Yep. And without that final puzzle piece, all of our deductions fall apart. Apollo, if Inga's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture. Time to think outside the box then, right? It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. But what if there was a way to make people think he was alive even though he was dead? Channeling! Like a way to make people witness the living dead? Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things like that don't happen in real life. Ah! Ah! Apollo, did you just... I did. I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deduction weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading into the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how. I certainly hope you will. Isn't channeling meant Inga was in control of the possessed body? Yeah, I think like he was channeled and he was like, ah! That's why he freaked out. And then he immediately like, go in the tomb. Go outside, running. Or something. I certainly hope you will. Because it's like, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was like, oh, Naina can't go into the tomb. Naina went to Inga's private quarters. And then after that, nobody went in or out. And then suddenly, at 2 something, there was a shriek and Minister came out. Yes. Because I have no idea what you're talking about. The Minister Inga her benevolence saw was in fact someone channeling him. It was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence. Yeah, it's like Naina goes in and then Inga comes out. Is Naina royal blood? That's my personal suspicion. Channeled, you say? That's right, and there are only 2 people capable of spirit channeling here in KHURAIN. Reminence Queen Garan and Maya Fey. Unless, it's possible that one of them was channeling the minister. It's Maya. It would seem that you are ever bent on making me party to this crime. What? Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen? Eminence? I believe you had completed the channeling rite and were having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. The user has to keep up with her schedule too. What doesn't she make him do? Then that leaves only Maya. It's her. Yeah, it does. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power toward nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her. Maya again. That cannot be. So then Inga's scream, it was probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died. So Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet thinking he just had a nightmare. Then realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced out to Amara's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead. Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running. Ah! Using the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a crime, how can this be? But also, I'm just thinking, like, if Inga's being channeled, how do we get Inga the heck out of it, of the body? if there's nobody else. The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand. Huh? Well, Your Eminence? Will you allow a new witness? It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. You will know just how much an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments. Ah, the red Magatama. But then somebody else has to do it because, like, when somebody's being channeled, they so I don't know. I don't know how much control they have. Insult me all you want, witch, but you'll be eating those words when I expose the truth. Very well, let us adjourn until the next witness is ready. Whoa. This case is so long. It could be long, though. I think we can have a short one today. In TNT, they said a truly trained channeler can control a spirit. Oh, maybe, like, they're just so good at it, maybe. Yeah, okay. Longest case in the series. I think you're 1/3 through? Okay. Let's take a break. Alright. Whew, that was nice. A lot of mysteries. Okay. Yay! Wow, that was nice. Glad Rafa overcame her trauma. Yeah, I'm very happy too. Nice. She's just a baby. I mean, like, she has her duties, but also, like, mom's just very mean to her, I guess. Good for her. Good for her. Alright. She been through it. No wonder she loved her dad more. I guess so, yeah. Dad actually loved her. Hey. Anyways, we have Super Chat time. Ziply, thank you so much. Franzis. Nothing says I'm totally not evil, quite like starting the trial by immediately breaking out the Maleficent ass outfit. Yeah. Yeah, we have Anton M. Imagine being crushed with Queen's 2 big arguments. We still need to know where that mysterious bloodline is. What's that mysterious bloodline is, and why is the gemstone in there? Exactly. Yeah, the gemstone. We aren't there yet. And also, I don't know if the blood is like Dirk stuff, because like Dirk just straight up admitted it, like oopsie, you know, but I don't know. Yes. We have Jacob 47. If evil, why hot? No, it's precisely because she's evil that she's hot, you know? You get what I'm saying? Yes. Thank you. Okay, the gemstones from Inga's outfit. Yeah, but it's supposedly, but like, how did it end up there? That's the problem, you know. Anyways, we have Slaughter the Shadow. So this is the path Edgeworth could have taken if he'd never met Phoenix, prosecutor to justice, minister to queen. He'd totally slay in that outfit. Nice. Anyways, yeah. I think it's partially because the evil are generally so confident. That's true. That is true. And we have Gelato. There goes Rainer predicting the Ace Attorney script again. Yay! How can you be so sure? And what was it? The dog ate Nina? Yeah. We have Ferdinand Jonathan. Let me fanboy you. Hail the P-File Princess Rainer. Let's go! Thank goodness I don't have to do divination seances. And we have Blood Guzzler. This is probably my favorite game of the Apollo Justice trilogy. To the first Apollo Justice game is a close second. I honestly love the Seance. My favorite mechanic now is Seance and Mood Matrix. Yay. We have Blue Supers from Salty Shadows, Nicholas M, Zipley Pudding, Elsie Lapanen Pudding. We have Anton M, me with Prosopagnosia, trying to identify Reine. Long hair, feather hairpin, great bobs. Yay. Seance is really good. I know. I don't know, it can get really difficult. But the one thing I like about Mood Matrix is like, one, it's fun, and two, there's like no penalties. Yeah. But I guess, yeah. I hope we can get some Mood Matrix and KHURAIN. I don't think it's gonna be there, because like Apollo, I think, was it? Specifically asked Athena to like sit out of this, you know? So I don't think we are getting it. But oh, that prosecutor reveal was crazy. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. Because sometimes it's like, yo, it's like something is so unclear, and it's like, you get it wrong, you get a punishment, and I'm like, how? You know? Yes. Yes. This one can be confusing sometimes too, because the game wants us to point out directly. It definitely takes quite a bit of time to get used to. And we only play this once a week, so we usually have to like slightly, you know, just try to remember first before, yeah. Yes. If you pick the laughter, Raifa is like, Dads could have laughed at any time. Do you have anything more decisive? And no penalty. That's fun. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. We have non-square pixels. Thank you for the stream, Rainy. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know why, but like, I'm starting to cough for some reason. Like, my throat is itchy. I just hope I can just do something so it doesn't actually develop to an actual cough. But yeah, it's been fun. No stream tomorrow, but there will be stream next week. And there will be Ace Attorney also, of course. But anyways, yeah. I love the character development for Raifa too. I love her. She's such a baby, like in an affectionate way, you know? Like, it must have been so hard growing up like that. And now we know like how her mother treats her, like her family situation, you know. And it's so crazy too, because like why she was like, you know, there's no faults in the insights, blah blah blah. It's like because of the evil mother's teachings. The whole time we thought it was the dad who was like the absolute like train wreck. Well, dad's like kind of like, dad really posed as like a great villain, like a really nasty person. But wow, what do you know? It's the queen. Yeah. She asked Nick to get off her cape instead of Naina. She trusts him. That's what I noticed too. Like, Phoenix was like, ah, oh, dang it. Now I'm just reduced to this. But then like, it actually like means that she really trusts Naina, and like she asked Naina to take it off, and now Phoenix is like the next best thing. So she trusts Phoenix. Yay! Yeah. The queen's worse than how she looked like. Yeah. Yeah, trapped in the palace, having an abusive mom, having no friends. It's so sad. And like, she can't cross-check. Of course, she can't say her problems and stuff like that. It's just like rough. Yes. Is she going to try hire Phoenix as a servant? Well, mom said she wanted to buy her a new servant, and she said, I don't need it. Phoenix is just like the father figure, I think. But anyways, yeah. That's it for today. Terima kasih perhatiannya. Thank you very much for your attention. Salam marakis everybody, and bye bye everybody. See you guys next time. Salam marakis.